The language in the Michigan Hate Crime Act, as it's written, would expand which categories would be protected under Michigan's ethnic intimidation statute. That would now include things like sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, physical or mental disability, ethnicity, and age.
We can demonstrate that Michigan's justice system will treat hate crimes with the seriousness and severity that they are due.
The story is very personal to me. In fact, the reason I decided to run for office is rooted in the hate crime tragedy.
Please don't California my Michigan. So in my state, the House of Reps last July passed this bill, H.R. 4474, which contains provisions to make misgendering someone a 10-year felony and or a fine of up to $10,000. The reason this is being brought up so late is because this article was floating around social media yesterday, which shows just how sneaky some of these pieces of legislation can be, especially in the age of censorship, and that's why I'm covering it now. This bill basically is a middle finger to the freedom of speech clause of the First Amendment. Now, according to the bill, it's specifically for using intimidation by misgendering an individual. Like, I would love to hear Michigan State Democrats' definition of intimidation. Like, if I call a hairy, fat man who's wearing a dress, sir, which I would, and I have, that's not intimidation. I'm just referring to you by the biological sex in which you are assigned. Also, talk about not knowing your own constituency. Michigan is actually a very red conservative state, with the exceptions of Detroit and parts of Oakland County. This is a strong working class manufacturing stronghold. Obviously, the auto industry at its core. There's a reason Democrats, which also control the Senate, along with Democrat hypocrite elitist Gretchen Whitmer as governor, have not passed this bill into law after almost a year now. And it's because we're in the middle of an election cycle. And Trump is dominating Biden in most of the Michigan general election polls. Don't forget, Trump won Michigan in 2016 and narrowly lost in 2020 with the help of 1 million ballots magically appearing for Biden at 3 a.m. So in a nutshell, it might be time for me to find a new state to live in because I refuse to live under the hammer of a fascist regime. Just saying.